Hey, good looking. I'm so glad that you came to my kitchen today to sit there and see what we all have cooking. Grab a hold of that vine, swing right on into my kitchen, and let's get cooking. Good looking. Hey there, good looking. I'm so glad that you came to my kitchen because I'm doing a collaboration with Jenny Go and Linda's Pantry, and the collaboration is Christmas in July. And I want to pay homage to my belated Aunt Cathy, so this is in memory of my Aunt Cathy. So I'm going to sit there and get on with the Pennsyvania Dutch Amish pot pie noodles. So what we're going to be needing for the recipe is 3 cups flour. So here's 1 cup. Here's 2 cups. And here's 3 cups. Now to that, I'm going to sit there and add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and I use kosher salt. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of some type of fat, or what I'm using is the Crisco butter flavored shortening. So 2 tablespoons. Let's go ahead, add the 2 tablespoons of the shortening. Now I'm going to put the cover on, and I'm just going to give it a few juices around inside just to somewhat get everything all incorporated. So I'm basically just going to pulse this a few times. Now I'm going to add 4 eggs, but I'm going to add them one at a time. Go ahead, put the cover back on. Okay, let's go grab another egg. And I'm going to keep continuing adding the egg and pulsing the food processor each time I add an egg. So put the cover back on. I'm going to continue with the other 2 eggs. And with each addition of the egg, you're going to sit there and see your flour mixture is turning more of a yellow or a creamy yellow color. That's what we want. And here is the last egg, and I'm going to finish pulsing that all in. Let's pulse that last egg all the way in. Okay, now I'm going to sit there and add approximately 1 tablespoon of water until the dough inside of our food processor starts to form. Now, I'm going to take this off so I can show you. Look at that beautiful color of the Amish pot pie noodles. Oh my goodness. Now, like I said, we're just going to sit there and add. I'm going to put my chute back on because we're going to be pouring the water down the chute while our machine is on, and we're going to sit there and basically just bring all this mixture inside of our food processor to a nice dough ball. Okay, my mixture is just a little too tacky for my liking, so I added about 1 tablespoon more flour. I'm going to put my top back on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's how you want the dough. You want it to come together more. I think I'm just gonna add just a smidge more. Now, pulse that all the way in. Next, I'm gonna sit there and put some flour all down on my surface. We're gonna roll it out and we're gonna cut them out. Okay, I'm gonna spread this all out onto my countertop. Okay, I'm gonna get my dough out of my food processor. Okay, this is what you're gonna want your dough to somewhat look like before we put it down onto our surface. And you're gonna want to roughly roll this dough to be 1/4 inch thick. So let's go ahead and put this all down on top of our surface. I'll be back as soon as I'm all done putting my dough down. Okay, I have the flour down. I'm just gonna lightly sprinkle the top over with some more flour. And I'm gonna get a little bit of a nice shapely shape of a ball before I grab my husband beater and we roll the dough out to be 1/4 inch thick. Oh, what a beautiful ball this is. Okay, let's grab the husband beater.
Hey, Ma.
What?
Heard of Molly Hatchet?
Okay. Now this is gonna be a little hard for me because the camera is right before me. But basically, we're just gonna sit there, keep rolling this out until we get 1/4 inch thickness. So I'll be back when I'm all done rolling this out. Alright, I literally ran out of room on my little counter space I have here. Now, we're gonna sit there and cut these out. Now, you could take a pizza cutter like this and cut them out, or you could sit there and take a pastry cutter. Well, I'm gonna first try it with my pastry cutter so the noodles are a little bit more fancier. So what you would want to do is just come over here and make your cuts. And a little tip, you might want to sit there and put some oh, I'm so sorry. Put some flour on this. Just as such. Now let's go ahead and I'm gonna make these like into bite-sized pieces because they do puff up when they cook. So I'm gonna make another cut as such, and the size that we're looking for, I gotta make sure this is all on camera, yep, is, let me cut these all up. Into little pieces like this. Okay, take your strip here that we have all cut. You might have to put a little bit of flour down. Put a little bit of flour down on the ones that you already have cut up. I'm going to finish sprinkling some flour over the rest of these. Okay, grab your pastry cutter and commence cutting. Okay, I brought a tray over. I'm just gonna put my cutout noodles all on this tray because they're gonna be going in the oven and we're gonna dry these out, seeing that these are gonna be a gift. Okay, I went ahead and I divide these all up into piles because each pile I'm gonna add 1 quart of the Pennsyvania Dutch chicken pot pie filling that goes along with our Pennsyvania Dutch pot pie noodles. So you can either let these sit on the counter for several hours, dry them, but if you let them sit on the counter for several hours, you're gonna want to come by every little bit, stir them all up. And if you need them to be dried out faster, go ahead, put them in a 250-degree oven for 15 minutes, and that will help dry them out. Okay, this is about how much I would put in like a cellophane wrapper bag, but seeing that we're in the COVID-19 quarantine here, I'm not going to be able to put my Pennsyvania Dutch Amish pot pie noodles. That's a mouthful. So I just want to sit there and show you. This is about how much I would put into a cellophane wrapper and add it with the Pennsyvania Dutch Amish pot pie filling. Sure to check out part 2 of the Pennsyvania Dutch Amish pot pie recipe. That way you can sit there and use these Pennsyvania Dutch Amish pot pie noodles. Now, it's an excellent recipe you don't want to miss out on. Now, if you liked what you saw here today, give me a big old thumbs up. If you're not yet a subscriber, go up, hit that subscribe button, tap that little bell. That way you'll be notified every time I do put out a new video. And as always, here's to happy cooking, but better yet, happy eatins'. Y'all come back now. You hear?